Appropriate access to healthcare is a struggle for about 100 million Americans across the country. Without proper healthcare, treatable diseases can end up killing people, which is a horrific loss of life. Rural communities across the world lack the resources and medical facilities to provide adequate healthcare to their populations. Minority ethnic communities as well do not receive the proper attention or access to medical care due to discrimination that is present throughout our society. Due to these issues, it has been my goal to investigate which socioeconomic factors impact the access that patients have to medical care. I have decided to investigate my own community of Newport Beach, California, to see how gender, income, race, and housing status impact the ability for patients to seek medical attention. These factors are described as socioeconomic factors, as they imply that it involves the social and economic lenses of people's lives. Many studies, especially medical studies, focus on socioeconomic impacts as it is one of the many known factors to impact the health in patients across the world. I have collected my data on this topic by surveying patients at a local doctor's office in Newport Center. I gathered my information and based my conclusions on the responses from 100 patients who all reside in the Newport Beach area. They are of diverse ages, races, genders, and income statuses to preserve the accuracy and totality of the data as well as the conclusions gathered. I found in my sample population that insurance providers and economic obstructions were the largest obstacles for patients in our community. That these patients had to face large economic barriers in order to access the healthcare that they really needed. These healthcare providers did not provide adequate access with high costs, and physicians as well as doctors did not provide adequate rates for these patients, which increased the cost as well. It is important that we as a community work with our physicians, insurance providers, and the patients to provide better care that is more economically affordable. As a community, we can lobby the government to have better legislation for subsidizing healthcare costs. As a community, we can also work with the doctors and insurance providers to have a better agreement for better healthcare and its economic feasibility. Thank you for listening, and together we can make this change.